Hi everyone, my name is Miss Liya. Many of you may know me from Step 7. I really wholeheartedly miss each and every one of you. I miss our little munchkins, and I miss giving them stickers each and every single day. I miss our parents, and I miss saying good morning to you and have a good night to you, and I miss our conversations very much. And I miss our teachers. I miss our teachers very, very much. I miss talking to them and hearing their voices and just seeing them in the hallways. And so having the opportunity through these videos to hear their voices and see them is an amazing one, even in these not so amazing circumstances. And some of you may recognize me from Steps 5, where I was a teacher, and the book I have chosen today and the way I'm going to go about it was the decision was made with my children from Steps 5 in mind. So Class 3E, the former Class 3E, I miss and love each and every one of you. And I recall that we once did a lesson about doggies because I had pictures of my dogs on my desk, and I had a lot of questions about them. And so today we are going to read a book about dogs called Pig the Pug. As you can see, there's doggy on the cover. And as many of you know, whether it be my students from Steps 5 or the little children who come into the office and see pictures of my dogs on the wall, asking questions about them. How old are they? Are they yours? What are their names? To answer all of those questions from each and every one of you, I figured what better time to introduce my dogs than introduce them now, because I'm home and I have no choice but to be home. And the best part of being home is really being with my dogs, because otherwise I just really, 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 really miss all of you. So here to introduce them, I have Benya. Let's just try to get Benya up here for a little. There we go. Hi, my Sonsa. Benya is 4 years old. He is a Doberman mix. That's the type of dog he is. We're going to read about a Dachshund and a Pug. So those are the types of breeds. And Benya is a Doberman mix. Like I said, Benya is 4 years old. And Benya is a rescue. What a rescue means is that Benya didn't have a home. So my husband and I went into a shelter to see a bunch of dogs who didn't have homes. And we were able to give Benya a home. We were able to rescue him. He was only 6 months when we did. So we've had him for around a little over 3.5 years now, maybe close to 4 years. I think it's actually closer to 4. And he's the love of our life. Benya loves to bark at squirrels all day long. He loves to play with squeaky toys. And he loves eating things he really, really shouldn't be eating. Then, as many of you know, I have a second doggy. This is my Princess Abby. Abby is a Yorkie Chihuahua. We are not sure how old Abby is because Abby is also a rescue. However, with Abby, we found her outside. And we didn't find her in a shelter, unfortunately. And Abby really, 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 really needed a home, so we gave her that home. And Abby really, really needed to be fed, so we fed her. And she needed a bath, so we bathed her. And now Abby is part of our family. Abby loves, what do you love, Abs? Abby loves sleeping under the covers, and she loves napping. Abby naps most of the day. And she's very much like Pig the Pug. When I read about Pig the Pug, you'll understand. She's very much like Pig. And Abby loves cuddling. Like I mentioned, Abby loves sleeping under the covers, and she also likes napping, but she loves cuddling with her humans. So meet Abby. Now, without further ado, now that you got to meet my doggies and get a sense of what my life is like at home, we can start reading the book. And then I have some really awesome activities we can do afterward. So let's read Pig the Pug by Aaron Blabby. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, he was greedy and selfish in most every way. He lived in a house with a wiener dog, Trevor. But when was he nice? I'll tell you, never. You've got some great toys there, poor Trevor would say. But Pig would just grumble, they're mine, go away. But it might be more fun, Trevor said to Pig, if we both played together. Well, Pig flipped his wig. No, they are mine. Didn't you hear? Only mine. You keep your paws off them. They are mine, mine, mine. I know what your game is. You want me to share, but I'll never do that. I won't, and I swear. Pig really isn't that nice, huh? What I want you guys to do throughout this book is really pay attention to his facial emotions, what's going on in his face and how he's feeling at that moment. And once he had gathered them up in a pile, he howled from the top with a satisfied smile. There, shouted Pig, now you won't get my loot. It's mine, 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 mine. So why don't you scoot? But just at that moment, poor Trevor did see the pile was wobbling. Oh, dear me. Watch out up there, Pig. Good Trevor did cry, but the shame of it was... well, pugs don't fly. What happened to Pig? These days it's different, I'm happy to say. It's so very different in most every way. Yes, Pig shares his toys now, and Trevor's his friend. And they both play together. While Pig's on the mend. The end. So I love this book. I hope you did as well. Some of the things I thought about when reading the book. The first, let's talk about what the moral of the story is. Parents, I want you to discuss, first of all, what is the moral of the story? What does that even mean? Moral of the story is, what lesson did this book teach us? I think this book taught us a very valuable lesson. And that lesson is sharing, and the importance of sharing with our friends and sharing with each other and sharing with our family and just sharing in general. So parents, I want you to take this time to really go over the book and discuss the importance of sharing. Maybe teach sharing by trading first. That's how I taught my 2-year-olds to share, was to trade. And I think at every age group, the idea of sharing is super incredibly important. And I would really love for you to focus on that. Secondly, like I mentioned, look at the facial expressions in the book. For example, how does Pig look in this book? What are his features saying? Is he happy? Is he sad? Is he angry? Is he confused? Is he shy? Is he excited? I want you to go through this book and look at the pictures and look at all the facial emotions and discuss what emotions are. Discuss how you're feeling today. Ask your children how they're feeling every day. Maybe give them a paper plate and ask them to draw how they're feeling. Pretend the paper plate is their face, and they could put a smile, and they could put their eyes and their nose if they're happy today, and they can explain to you why they're happy. And if they're not happy, maybe they could put, a frowning face and explain to you why they're not so happy today. And I think it's really important during this time to really be in tune with emotions and to discuss your children's emotions. Last but not least, I want you to all do a really fun activity and something for me. I would really love for you all to take a moment to draw your favorite pet, if you have one. I want you to introduce to me your pet. Write their name on top if you can, if you're 4 and 5 and maybe even 3s. I want you to please maybe write a little bit about them if you can. But more importantly, I'd like you to take this time to draw for me either your pet or an animal you really like. And when we come back to school, I'm going to designate an entire wall in the office for your pictures. And I would really love for you to send them to me. I want you to either bring them to me on the first day of school once we finally reopen, or I'd like for, if anybody wants to do this from any other center, maybe Steps 5, maybe my former students, I'd really love for you to send them to me. Or I could go with Steps 5 and pick it up. But regardless, I'd really love for you guys to make an activity out of this, and that would be to pick a favorite pet, to draw your pets, or to pick an animal that you really like, and draw a picture for me. And maybe if you're able to, like in kindergarten and 4s, tell me about your pets. I really want to learn about them because you had the opportunity to meet mine. I really miss you all very much. I miss being at work and seeing everyone's faces, whether it be our little munchkies, our parents, or our teachers. I hope everyone is very healthy and safe, and is doing well at home. It's best to be safe than sorry, so stay home. And I cannot wait to see each and every one of you when we're back in school. I love you all. Bye.